Yesterday was Easter, and many celebrities shared how they celebrated the holiday. So the Beckhams, oh yeah, look at them. They spent the day soaking up the sun on a $20 million mega yacht in Miami. They wore some bunny ears for the pictures.
We had a good time.
Man, what?
We had a good time.
Oh, you were there?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, sure. And the Kardashians had a lavish Easter bash. Everyone received a giant chocolate egg with their names on them. Of course, the tables were very decorated. There seemed to be a little bit of a tea party theme. I like it. Kris Jenner gave everyone matching pajamas, and most of the kids were in attendance for the celebration. Speaking of kids, father of 12, Nick Cannon, was a busy little bunny. He posed for pictures in a bunny costume with his kids. And across the pond, many were happy to see King Charles attend Easter service. In February, he revealed he has cancer, and yesterday a royal fan shook his hand telling him to get well soon, and he responded with, "I am doing my best." Kate Middleton and Prince William were not in attendance as Kate continues to battle cancer. Why do we always say Kate Middleton and Prince William? Why don't we say Princess of Wales Kate Middleton?
We could.
I guess we could. It would be a lot longer-winded, but you're
just wondering why doesn't she get the title?
Because we have a fixed amount of time for the show.
Just wondering why he gets the title and she doesn't.
He's the bloodline.
He is the bloodline.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay, well, she married him.
So
my question, though, is she said that she was going to have a soft opening, right?
Of course.
Or soft launch to her coming back to the public. But, Michael Dean, sorry. Now, she did not, though, appear yesterday.
No, she didn't. So originally, when we were told that Kate would be having surgery, this is a few months ago now, the royal family or the palace said that she would be back to her duties for Easter weekend. So she normally would have been seen out and about with King Charles, meeting and greeting the public and so on and so forth. But at that point in time, we did not know she had cancer. Kate didn't know she had cancer. And it was only when she received that surgery that they discovered it. And so now that's why they've announced it to the public, and she can have a bit of time to get better.
Good
She's
for her.
going through a lot of radiotherapy and everything. Yes. So she's not going to be very well at the moment, unfortunately.
Yeah, let her recover. I'm glad.
Yes.
What did you make of the king saying, "I'm doing my best," or whatever, how he answered that question?
Did he look okay to you?
I think he looks brilliant to say, he's battling cancer and he's out. He's not missed any of his duties. He was there with the Prime Minister. He's talking with the public, and I think he's just being honest. He could say, "Oh, I'm absolutely great," but he's not. He says, "You know what? I'm trying my best, same as everyone else." I think it was very endearing.
Very endearing. I like that. What did you do for Easter?
Kept it simple. Lawson, my oldest, wasn't feeling great, so we didn't do the traditional things like we usually do. But the Easter Bunny did come. They got their baskets, and then we had a little Easter egg hunt outside yesterday.
So fun.
In our neighborhood, so Lawson is there, and then Layton's on the left there. So yeah, that's our neighborhood, and our neighbors had their family over, so we kind of combined parties.
So fun.
And man, it's just like that's what life.
This is
it's
kid
all
heaven.
about, you know.
That is kid heaven.
It's
right
also
there.
parent heaven too, because parents always look for like a contained area. And like that cul-de-sac, it's just like that's the best.
Yes.
When you can get them corralled, you can actually
corral
sit.
them. Yep.
But like you don't want anything with no fences.
That's why I like a tennis court. Yeah, they're stuck in
literally a cage.
It's stuck in.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, it's
what
true.
Do you just put your kids in a tennis court
I go
with
in the
rackets?
tennis court with them, and we get balls and stuff, and at least I can kind of breathe when Miles was a little bit smaller. Now that he's 4, I'm not as nervous. But yeah, I used to use the old tennis.
That's a cage.
What did you do?
It's a big cage with balls.
I wish I'd been running around getting all those chocolate Easter eggs. That looked so fun. I was skiing.
Let's see.
It was beautiful.
Look at it.
That picture looks fake.
I know.
Oh.
Like, it's just...
It was a really good, beautiful...
Look at her living her best life.
And then I had a nice cheeky glass of champagne to celebrate Easter. There we go.
Sounds really nice.
That's a great Easter celebration.
There
just
you go.
Whoever had their arms straight up like they just crossed the finish line.
That was me.
It is just night and day, kids and no kids.
Yes.
I look at Steph's, and then I'm like, oh, and here's mine. I made bunny pancakes for breakfast.
Nice. I literally was looking at the bunny pancakes, and I was like, I want to make this for a
You didn't want floor baskets, Steph?
Floor baskets, they found them. They were hidden with all the Easter eggs.
Put them up on the table?
Well, no, they just found them, and I snapped a pic. And then we went to the zoo, which we
Oh,
love.
Miles
so
kicking it.
Oh, yeah, we had the best time. There's a new flamingo exhibit there. It's quite fabulous. And a new movie called The Bear and the Squirrel.
Okay.
That's
good.
Can I
Take
leave
your
right
kids.
now?
It's 4D. Don't you love 4D? You put the little glasses on, and the seat shakes. It's fun.
What about you,
Spend any
Miles?
time in the tennis court at all? For
All right,
Easter
we're moving on.
celebration?
Get in there, kids.
And Al, you didn't do anything, huh?
No, he didn't. That's why we skipped
I know we
it.
skipped him, but people are like, what about
they're going to think
Al?
we're being rude.
Yeah.
Al didn't do anything yesterday.
No, you guys, I did stuff you guys just didn't say it was interesting enough and you skipped me.
Oh, I'm sorry. You put foam up.
Yeah, I did. It was really embarrassing.
He put foam up in his studio. All right, cool. The Golden Bachelor couple, Gary and Teresa, are apparently still living apart after getting married. Gary is living in his Indiana lake house while Teresa's in New Jersey. She has yet to decide what she's going to do about her job. And TMZ's sources say it would be difficult for either of them to move away from their families. They're reportedly thinking about living in South Carolina together as a little middle ground. But despite the current long-distance relationship, sources insist that they are madly in love.
I don't like it.
What's wrong with this?
You're on a show to get married and be married, not a show to get married and then get on 2 different Southwest flights. This also happened on was it Love is Blind or whatever, Married at First Sight, whichever one I was looking at. They're like, oh, we don't know if we're going to live together. That, the wedding singer, you should have told me that yesterday. Like, you should know that you're about to move in. This is a process for a real show. You're supposed to get married, not, what is this?
I do think there's other shows. You mentioned Love is Blind, where they'll do it, the casting in a certain area. So say, we are looking for people in Colorado. We are looking for people in Texas. I think that is more long-term relatable.
But even
You're
with
not leaving your
those this
families
season,
behind.
they didn't do it, which I thought was weird. So it's like, it really
but
makes...
they're older. I think when you're older, you have roots established. And they just met, essentially, what, a year ago? So I think these things take time. This is a fast-track show. Yes, they're married. And I hope that it works out for them. However, I do know that how are you supposed to leave your family? How are you supposed to find a new job? How are you supposed to just leave everything behind that you've come to love and know? So I think it's just going to take time for them. I'm not blaming them.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe they should have thought about that before they went on the show.
Right.
Like, hey, you're going to have to move.
Why can't they take time?
Those would be questions.
Their time.
I mean,
They can. I really don't care.
I think at that point in their life, it's going to be
They can
so
do whatever they
hard.
want.
Like, would you really want your parent or your grandparent to be moving, leaving, going somewhere else? You wouldn't want it, would you? For
My
your family
mom
members.
did. She met Montez, shout out, and she lives in South Carolina.
Are their kids grown?
I'm
You're
assuming
grown.
so. They're in their 70s.
Oh, maybe you're right.
You think I got 2 11-year-olds at the crib?
You might be right.
They got a newborn at home.
Doesn't De Niro and the other dude have babies?
Yeah, it's a different sitch.
Okay, a different sitch altogether. All right, let's talk about Lizzo. She has seemingly announced that she is done with the music industry. Last Thursday, she participated in President Biden's fundraiser, and the next day, she expressed her feelings on Instagram about how she's being treated. In her post, she says, quote, I'm starting to feel like the world doesn't want me in it. I'm constantly up against lies being told about me from clout or for clout and views. She ended the post with, quote, I didn't sign up for this bleep, I quit. Lizzo is currently facing multiple lawsuits, one from former backup dancers and another from a former employee. The lawsuit claims that Lizzo created a hostile work environment and allowed bullying, harassment, and racial discrimination on tour. Those are some hefty allegations. Did she quit Instagram or music?
It's kind of confusing. A lot of people think it's music, definitely. But from that post, it's just like, I quit. Maybe like, I'm not doing this Instagram game anymore, because people are out of their minds on Instagram, right? And now they have freedom to harass whoever they want to harass. Lizzo is the butt of a lot of that, right? So it doesn't matter how old you are or where you come from, your feelings get hurt all the same, right? And that's what I'm worried about with my children. I don't know if they're strong enough, you know, at that young age. Obviously, they're not on Instagram, but it's something I fear because I struggle with it. You know, I try not to get into the comments, but when I do, people say really mean things.
It hurts.
And always with,
and it follows
gets you eventually.
through the day. Yeah, like I'll think about it all day and look at Lizzo. Like, if she loses weight, she's a sellout. If she gains weight, she's no longer like attractive. Like, if you read the comments underneath Lizzo's post, and I'm not, it's not just the beauty. People will go every little thing that she does. For some reason, she seems to be more scrutinized than anybody else.
It seems like part of her quest to get into this music is not only make great music, but create a platform for plus-size women that can dance their rear end off and sing, and now of color. And now she's being sued for being racist against women of color that are plus size. So I'm sure for her, I don't know what went on tour with them, but for her, she's like, what was the point of all this? I'm getting yelled at by people that say I'm unattractive. I'm getting yelled at by the people I tried to tell the world are attractive. So maybe she's like, I quit because this isn't fun anymore.
I hope she doesn't
I
quit
hope she has
music,
enough
though.
money. I hope she walks away. Good for her.
I hope she keeps making her music. She is talented.